The fastest way to kill calisthenics for yourself. This is a little tutorial on how to do this. If anyone is interested in killing the sport for themselves, then this is definitely the video for you. On a serious note, if you are someone who's about 2 or 3 months into their calisthenics and you don't want to completely ruin the sport for yourself, you still want to enjoy the sport, you want to make progress, but not just make it in a way that's like boring, glum, and makes you just hate the sport, then this is definitely the video for you. The way to kill calisthenics is actually hope and placing too much value on a single attempt. Let's say, for example, I'm going into a handstand. I don't know how to do a handstand, but I'm hoping that this attempt works out. I'm hoping that this attempt can make me feel better about myself, can make me feel better about my attempts in the past, can make a change, right? So I'm hoping for that 1 in 10 or 1 in 1,000. I go up and I fall over. I fail the attempt, but I'm not really willing to take any risks. Willing to take any risks. I'm not really willing to take any risks when I'm hoping, when I'm kind of protecting my pride. I'm not really willing to experiment and actually fail. And that's a really important part about learning skills in calisthenics, is actually failure, is actually learning from mistakes. That's where the growth happens. If every single attempt is super, super important, training will start to become emotional. If you do a good attempt, you'll feel good. If you do a bad attempt, you'll feel bad. You don't want to mess up. You don't want to regress. You don't want to lose progress. Even if it just seems like a slight regression, that will make you feel bad. If it's a good attempt, you'll feel good. If it's a bad attempt, you'll feel bad. And the funny thing about this is you end up making no progress because you're just staying in the same spot. You're not learning anything new. Again, the mistakes are what teach us. The mistakes are what make us that progress. You should be looking forward to mistakes if you actually want to learn calisthenics, because that's what you learn from. I don't learn from my good sets. I just say, oh, okay, cool, I've gotten a good set, but that's really all. I get excited when I get a good set, but there's nothing to take from it, right? What there is to take from it is the bad sets. Okay, now I can see that I'm struggling with this point, or this point. That's where improvement comes from, guys. Let's think of calisthenics like a game with very difficult bosses. You don't beat the boss on the first time most of the time. You lose to it, you come back, you try again, you lose to it, you come back and you try again. The people who struggle for like 30 or 50 tries on the same boss are the people that refuse to learn, that refuse to just say, okay, I'm not good at this. That person that does the same thing over and over again, they're going to spend way more time learning this progression, learning the planche, being stuck in the planche, being stuck on the handstand, because they're kicking up the same way over and over again instead of taking a step back and saying, I actually don't know much. I don't actually really know anything about this. Let me learn a little bit more. Let me fail a little bit, right? Let me just do a few attempts experimenting on this failure, on why this didn't work, right? Now let's take this logic and apply it to calisthenics. Instead of, I'm just going to keep attempting until I get it right, until I do it, right? Which is kind of the turn your brain off type of mindset. I'm going to go into the handstand and see where it is that I'm failing. I'm looking for failure, looking for points that I'm not doing well, so that I can actually learn what's not working. That way I can understand via what is not working, what drills I actually need to program in. Fire. People don't enjoy those like really, really hard video games because they're fun. In fact, they're really, really not fun if you've ever tried to get into one. People enjoy them because they can see progress. They can see that they're doing better against a specific boss, and they can actually take what the game's teaching them, which is that they pretty much know nothing, that they need to be humbled each time they go up against another opponent. They need to reset back to zero and actually just learn again. That's what calisthenics literally is. You learn a progression, you get better, and then once you move on to the next progression or the next skill, you need to reset yourself back. I know nothing, let me learn again, let me adapt, let me look for failure. That's the important part. Not look for success, I'm looking for failure so that I can learn and then eventually get the success. Most of you guys are treating calisthenics like it's, something on my eye, like it's a test instead of a lesson. Instead of how can I improve, it's how well can I forgot. This I thing, bro. How well can I do this set? How well can I do this session? That's a test, not a lesson. An example of this in a handstand, if I'm practicing handstand, I go up, maybe I can hold it, right? I go up and I'm all kind of arched, my core is open, I'm bending the arms, I'm moving around, and it's just not a really supported position, but I can hold it, right? but I never really experiment with actually changing things or opening up the shoulders, engaging the core, because this position is a lot more holdable. I can hold this for a longer time. I'm stacked, but it's riskier. It takes more balance, so I might fall. That hurts my pride. But what you're misunderstanding is that's good. That failure is good. That creates progress. You need to look for the failure instead of looking for the success. Wow, I'm passionate about this video. Fuck. My voice is like a David Goggins. When you're hoping for success, you stop improving and you just start testing yourself every session. You stop experimenting, you stop expanding your comfort zone, and you stop learning. What you start to do is you just start to play it safe. You just stick with what you know, what you can do. If you start doing the things that you know you can already do, you don't go outside of that comfort zone. Sticking to a type of form that works for you currently instead of the correct form or a more advanced version of the form that you're doing. The thing slowing you down is not failure, it's avoiding failure. This is something that I struggled with for so long within calisthenics because my pride was too high. I wanted to look good, I wanted to show off within the gym, I wanted to not look like I didn't know what I was doing or not do certain types of exercises because they didn't look cool. They didn't look like the planche or the handstand, and I didn't want to do full planche because I sucked at it. I didn't want to progress or move on from the straddle planche that I was so good at. It's a constant thing that I see when taking on new students. So it's not just a thing with me. It's not just a thing with you. This is a very prevalent thing. People don't want to fail. People don't want to make mistakes or learn from things. We just want to get it right. And that's completely understandable. But at some point, we do just need to take that pride and squash it, crush it. Be okay to look like a fool. Be okay to look like I don't know what I'm doing or look like I'm learning something. Because if we don't, our progress is going to be slowed or halted until we do. The athletes that improve the most in this sport aren't the most talented or don't have the most strength. I was one of those people that came into calisthenics that had a lot of strength, that could control their body weight a lot, but I stagnated. The people that improve the most in calisthenics are the people that are engaged in their session, the people that aren't afraid to make mistakes, to look silly, the people that learn from their mistakes, that actually want to make those mistakes so that they can improve more. Now, really just think about it, guys, because I want you to put yourself in the shoe or the hand which you think you're most relevant to. You've got the person that wants to make the mistakes so that they can learn, so that they can keep improving in the sport, that actually enjoys the sport, that enjoys the failures, that enjoys the learning process of calisthenics. And then you've got the person who is just trying to look good, to look cool, but doesn't want to make those mistakes. You're not going to learn anything. You're not going to change or adapt. You're just going to stay the same. I've already spoiled it, but who's going to make the most progress? Actually think about it. And now I want you to place yourself in either one of these hands. Which hand are you right now? The fastest way to hate calisthenics is to make every attempt too valuable. Once every attempt is too valuable, you stop experimenting. Once you stop experimenting, you stop learning. That active avoidance of failure is actually what's holding you back. What I want you to take from this video is stop hating yourself for doing bad forms. Stop trying to do what's safe and actually look at that bad form and think, okay, this is a learning opportunity. How can I improve for next time? How can I make it just a little bit better? If you would like help building out a training system that actually helps you learn and make progress instead of making these small bits of progress because you're scared of failure, then there's a training link that I've left down in the description. Catch you guys next video.